I'm Cookie, your wellness coordinator. And today's cookie break is going to be a little bit about chair yoga. What I want you to do is make sure whatever chair that you're using is stable. So if you have a chair with rollers, you need to make sure, again, it's up against a wall or somewhere where it's going to be more stable. You can find a chair that doesn't have wheels. That really is a better idea. We're going to go ahead and start by facing the chair, and I want you about a foot distance away from the front of your chair. You're going to bring the inner edges of your feet together, the arms are going to come by your side, and we always start with that base. So press into the big toe, the little toe, the inner and outer edges of your heel, pressing down, and I want you to physically move your thighs back. We're going to draw up and back from that abdominal wall, lifting up from the chest, the arms come right here by your side. Let the eyes close, and I want you to go into 3 full breaths, feeling that air as it enters through the nose, goes through, down into the trachea, into the throat area, into the lungs. There's a gas exchange that occurs, and then that air is going to come up and back out through the throat, through the nose. So let's do that 2 more times. Try and relax all of the muscles in your face. Just relieving and relaxing. With an inhale, we're going to go ahead and soften the front hip socket. We're going to sit back into an imaginary chair. This abdominal wall is going to come back. We're going to reach the arms forward. And we're going to look up. We're going to hold this for 2 breaths. 1 more breath here. On your exhale, the arms are going to slide. You're going to extend the legs. Your hands go right to the top of your chair. Once your hands are on the chair, I want you to heel toe your feet apart as wide or wider than the legs of your chair. We're going to, again, set the 4 corners of your feet and move the thighs back, lifting the tailbone. Option 1 is going to be to stay right here. You're going to feel this stretch in the hamstring. Option 2, if you feel like you can walk down to your forearms. From the forearms, we're going to, again, pull the shoulders away from the ears, extend the crown of the head forward, and take that tailbone up. Option 3, for those of you that have the flexibility, you can actually bring your forehead to the top of the chair and let your fingertips come to the floor. You're going to do 4 full breaths here. It's a long hold, but it's really important for that mobility and stretch in the hamstring. You've got 2 more breaths to go. Beautiful. 1 more breath. On your next inhale, to come out of this, we're going to actually walk the hands to the hips, press into the legs, and come all the way up. We're going to walk those feet together, reach forward, and go back into chair pose. Now we're going to go ahead and add a couple of the warrior series. So my hands are going to come back to the chair. I'm going to keep my right leg where it is. I'm going to step back with my left. And what I want is the front of my knee to touch the front of the chair. My back heel is going to stay spun up as I lift up from my heart. Now I can keep one hand on the chair and bring one arm up, or if I feel like I can, I want to bring both arms up. I'm going to look up, take a deep breath, and I'm going to bring both hands back to the chair. I'm going to step back with the front leg and reverse. So again, my knee is going to come into the chair leg. My back leg is going to reach back. I'm going to lift up, reach one arm up or both. Looking up, big breath. Bring the hands back to the chair. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and step in with my back leg, walk my feet back a little bit, and come back to chair pose 1 more time. Big breath here. On your exhale, bring the arms down and into the heart space. We bow the head. I'm going to teach you part 2. Part 2, inhale to chair pose. Exhale as you sweep down to the chair. We're going to walk those feet out. Option or option. I'm going to inhale, walk my hands to my hips, press and come all the way up. My feet come together. I go into chair pose. My hands slide down to the chair. I step back, coming into warrior 1. Pulling back, lifting up. Both or one arm is going to lift. Both hands come back to the chair, and I'm going to switch those feet around. Coming into warrior 1 on the other side. Big breath. Beautiful. The hands come back to the chair. I'm going to step back and step forward as I come to chair pose. Arms come down. Hands to heart. Part 3. Inhale to chair pose. Exhale as I reach down. Walk those feet apart. Option 1. Option 2. Option 3. Hands to the hips. Press and come up. Walk your feet together. Go into chair pose. Now here's where the change occurs. My hands come back onto the chair, and I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna see if I can lower down into a push-up, and I'm gonna pull forward and upward into upward dog. I'm gonna push up and back into down dog. Now I'm gonna come to those warriors. I'm gonna lift up, my right leg comes in, I spin the back heel up, here I come into warrior one. Both arms come back to the chair. Here's where I go back to that push-up again. I'm gonna lower down, pull forward and upward into upward dog. Exhale, tuck your toes, come back. So now we're gonna do the warrior on the other side. Lift up, both arms, big breath. Both hands come back to the chair. We're stepping back to that push-up one more time, and we lower. Pull forward and upward one more time into cobra. Exhale, tuck your toes back to down dog. I'm gonna step forward into chair pose. Press down and come all the way up. So that's parts 1, 2, and 3. I'm Cookie, your wellness coordinator, and that was your cookie break for today.